I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to PCM22 Career Mode, episode 120. We've got a real problem on our hands here in stage 16 of the Tour de France. That problem being our pursuit of the KOM and what happened from literally kilometer zero. The KOM jersey always gets front row, but the third and fourth place riders in the classification were also on the front row. And despite having an assignment to be a breakaway rider, Taraskin was at the back. I didn't have but a couple riders near the front, and of course Morgado was one of those, and his focus is something entirely different. But immediately from kilometer zero, Simmons, Gregoire, and Evenepoel all attacked and had escaped a good distance. Within a few kilometers, very short distance, I had two and eventually three riders on the front trying to pull those guys back. Trying. No other team was interested, so we were the only ones chasing at that point. Ineos just now getting involved in any pursuit or keeping those guys in check at just over 2 minutes ahead. But we had no support. I only had two riders trying to chase down 13. There was more firepower in the 13 than there certainly was in the two chasing, especially when we started with a subtle climb followed by a secondary climb. And the first points of the day, of course, it was only 2 points, but there was absolutely nothing I could do to A, get my guy with them because they were long gone by the time he made his way through the Peloton, and B, there was nothing I could do to keep up with them because there was two riders chasing 13, or realistically it was 9 for a while there. But still, we found ourselves quite screwed in the breakaway department once again here. So as we approach a 10-point Cat 1, and my goal was not to get Taraskin in the break today anyway. Today, there's not that many points out there. My only objective was to make sure that Simmons and, well, realistically, those three guys, the three guys that are in contention, besides Taraskin, to make sure that they weren't in the break today, because the points can then go to whoever. But controlling that, managing that, has been a task that has not worked out well. And when we get to the base of the climb, if I want to chase and pursue and pull back so that they don't get those 10 points, well, what firepower do we have? Because we've already got three guys that are quite tired. They're going to end up getting dropped. So the domestiques that could and should be able to do that chasing won't be in position to chase. And therefore it's going to come down to kind of the primary four. And that means we might not have support for Morgado by the time we get to the Cat 1 here, which then of course means we're putting the GC in jeopardy for the KOM. When the KOM really was the first thing that I was coming for this race. And as we are only 4 points off the lead of that one, it's very much not something that I'm wanting to give up on it at this stage. So it's a weird position that we find ourselves in right now. Muskauskas, let's get water before the climb gets too steep here. We are going to have to back off a bit here. Bach is already nearly done. He's going to be out the back quite soon. And there's riders well off the back already. I mean, that's the tempo that we have set, and yet these guys are still 2 minutes away. Skauskas coming back through with that water. Definitely not hurting too bad, though. Bach certainly is. Bach's going to lose a ton of time, but it's 108 kilometers to go. This is a shorter stage. This is not a terribly lengthy stage by any stretch of the imagination, as Azumi and Kotse continue on with a 74 doing virtually all the work. Ineos contributing but not contributing, and it's back out to 233. That little bit of a back off that front group, but hopefully we'll see that front group disintegrate a bit, and if we're lucky, as we've seen lately, Simmons looked pretty weak the other day, and it'd be nice to see a polka dot jersey drop out the back as the first rider is gone. Amisqueta, just a 72 overall. contributing right at the front is Simmons, so hopefully he's going a little too deep and could see himself in trouble soon enough. But for now, we are very much not making progress on catching up to these guys, but that's a lot of riders already out the back. So we are shaking up the field today. It's a lot of riders out the back, including a big chunk of Bahrain victorious. Simmons attacking the group, going for the top, picking up big points. He got all 10. Simmons got all 10 points. Which is exactly what we were trying to avoid today. Now, curious whether Ineos is ready to contribute and take control here. Yeah, it looks like they are. Let Azumi ride a bit gentler now and let Ineos chase it back. I mean, those were the 10 points that I was trying to avoid, and it's already too late on those. Kotze returning to the front. We'll drop him to a 70. Everybody else at or returning to full strength. And they've actually opened up more of a gap. So they're down to 11. Only 2 riders have been dropped. So they still have firepower in the group. They still have all 3 of those main guys. And, you know, there's another, 5 points here? Yeah. We've got to catch them before the top of the next 10-pointer, though. So we will be a bit more aggressive there than we would normally. But Azumi's still on the front, even though we're riding at just a 72. So continually very little contribution from Ineos. Really just one guy going hard enough right now. Three more points for Simmons as he goes second over the top on this one. Evenepoel and Gregoire at 60 and 59 respectively. Next stage, we've got Nall's Cat, and that's going to be one we're focusing on. So if we can make things... They're out to 6 minutes now. They're out to 6 minutes. There's no other team is interested in keeping this breakaway from taking the stage. Boy, this is... I was going to quick sim this stage and had decided against it for the exact reason of what's actually happening on track out on the race course. This is rough. I mean, Peloton's under 100 guys, but we're 6 minutes behind those 11, and no one else is riding. Today's the day that they can take a huge gain, drastically improve their GC positions. Base of the climb, 16K to go, down to 5.5 minutes. Others finally interested. Down to 5 minutes. Just through the first phase. Little descent here. Let the heart rate come down a little bit. Now set in 81. Kotze, Azumi. Okay, close enough to actually be protecting now. And Kotze is done, so back to Karaman. And Azumi in position, helping Morgado. Down to 4.5 minutes. We'll see if we can't get Taraskin back in position on this one and potentially getting those points. It's down to 4 minutes. I mean, we've gained 2 minutes on them in 5K. And the Peloton's shrunk by another 20 riders at 25. But it's not coming down very quick right now. It's which means that front group has sped up, but that means you're going to see them split up here quite soon. Stefan Kung, the one chasing, continually splitting the group as another 10 have been dropped off. Roman's going to gel. I think I'm going to go 4-man train here shortly and see what we can do. Down to 3 minutes. Azumi, where you at? Azumi is dropping out, so I think it's time. It's time. Azumi auto, so we don't forget about that one. Muskowskis is going to go. We'll see what a 90 looks like at first. Taraskin, then Morgado. Taraskin getting that lead out. So really, we want 2 guys over the next 5.8K to lead out. Muskowskis poorly positioned there, even though he was riding protection. Down to 51, by the way. And down to 2.5 minutes. So there's still a good chance of catching them. They are in sight. Down to 2:15. 4K to go.
The pack's deficit is being cut back.
Down to 43 riders. Muskowskis is done. Karaman 2.8. Taraskin taking over. Down to 40. 1 minute gap and a 1.8K. He's going to come up just short. He's going to get no points. They're going to get the points again. We've almost defeated Morgado too. Down to 31. Yeah, that's not going to make it. Simmons now at 112. Yikes. Rough day, folks. 18 left in the Peloton. Taraskin is still there to support Morgado as they continue on. Let's retool here. All right, finish 2K, 6%. Definitely need a little recovery, but that's already happening right now. We got 20, still chasing that break, and now individual riders are trying to attack. That's McNulty. And now they speed up. Morgado struggling with it, where Taraskin is not. What's going on, Morgado? Why are you struggling to hold... What, because I've set a 99? I mean, Taraskin's protecting you. He should be taking the brunt of it. And we're seriously seeing 8 riders attack and nobody respond? You gotta be kidding me. Ineos not responding at all. Bernal's not Ineos. There's no Ineos rider attacking, so why isn't Ineos responding? There you go, Sivikov. Wow, that was a delayed response, though. Ineos. Wow. Come on. There you go. Chase. 6K to go. We will gel up soon. Morgado not looking very good today. Just his +2. And those guys are pulling out a further gap. We didn't have the firepower to chase because we spent it chasing before when nobody else would chase. And here we are again later in the stage. 3.9K. That's going to be a difficult one for Morgado to make it to that finish line and to recover any of this ground. And nobody in this group seems interested in putting out for that one. So we're going to have to get to the front at what pace Morgado can handle, which is not a whole lot. Can Taraskin pull this back? Those guys now on the attack.
Falling behind. A team leader is falling behind.
Okay, 1.2. Let's go. Stage win. Is there even more points for, yeah, 5 more points, another Cat 2. But at least it's Simmons is only 5th. 700 meters. Taraskin leading out Morgado. Let's go.
The race is run, but the poor souls bringing up the rear continue to cross the line.
300 meters. Sprinting, closing that gap a little bit, but yeah, we lose some seconds. It's not much, but it's definitely some seconds on this one. There was 0 contribution from any other team at any stage today, besides a few mild kilometers from Ineos. That break could have won by 20 minutes today if it wasn't for us. That happens. That happens. Morgado does hang on to 3rd with Bernal 1 second ahead of Pogacar. We're a minute 38 down. Garcia is 2. Johannesson 2:47. So we're okay. That was a rough stage, but that is this game for you. Since they changed the AI to be more aggressive, all that has happened more often than not is what we saw here. It's you versus everyone. They seem content to let things go a certain way that will hurt you and not necessarily benefit them, and they'll work together to that being the end. We also lose out pretty massively on Simmons getting into the break from kilometer 0, and again, we tried to stop it, but there just isn't enough firepower or support from anyone else trying to negate that, and we commit everything to try to stop it, and you saw the terrible result that ends up happening subsequently. Those guys would have gone on and had a massive stage, and Taraskin was at the back of the Peloton. Even though he's assigned to be in the break, it still put him at the back of the Peloton, and that's the case unless he's holding the jersey. So that game, it does that to you. It's you versus all. They work together and made life hard on Taraskin. All of a sudden, Gregoire and Venepul pick up a bunch of points today and find themselves very much back in the mix for that KOM. And Taraskin, who was just 4 points behind, is now definitely a bit further off. We are going to desperately try to get into the break for the next stage. I mean, you do what you can do. We're at the base of the Col de la Madeleine. It's a massive climb. It's an all-scat climb and worth mega points. If Taraskin is going to get back in this thing, it's going to come down to this climb right here, right now. Breakaway only has a 2-minute 15-second advantage as well, so there's a very good chance of everyone coming back. All of the 4 main contenders of the KOM are here, but I've got Karaman with Taraskin to protect him, help him hold out a bit longer, and meanwhile back in the field, their pace is quite high as well, and we're blinking red on a 79, so we're going to have to maybe up that a little bit to hold on. Bach is already fading. Kotze is already on the verge of fading pretty early on. 14k to go on the climb. If this group's caught, that's probably a good thing. A lot of these guys are not going to be in position to get points, and then you'll have Taraskin still protected and near the front, and yeah, so it's not a bad thing if this group ends up getting caught.
Some team managers mustn't appreciate the fact that there is a breakaway, given that the pack has increased its speed.
Bach and Kotze right on the edge. There you go, Kotze beginning his fade. Azumi is already there to pick up the pieces and protect Morgado, our leader. Miskauskis is also just behind. Let's get Miskauskis up here in a position. Let's get you on auto, both of you. Miskauskis is actually a bit more tired than Azumi, so I'm going to swap this and put Azumi behind and let Miskauskis do the work. And meanwhile, up here, we still got 18 guys, still a minute and a half. That's actually pulling back out a little bit. 9k to go. We've only dropped 2 riders in the Peloton. down to, ooh, hello, down to 40. Man, oh man. That happened quite quickly. Azumi. Take over protection. Morgado. Up to an 81 as he's drifting a bit. Down to 14 in this group, down to 6K. There's our challenger, and Bernal's not the only one. That's an 85, folks. That's a 79. Now, race day condition adds +3. That's what gives us a chance. But he's got a race day condition bonus as well. 13 riders left up here with a 1 minute advantage. Karaman's got nothing left, but he's still somehow helping Terraskin. Terraskin's looking good. That KOM is definitely something to consider. No, these guys did not. That's the breakaway. Oh, and Simmons is getting dropped. Yes. Terraskin can be pulled back after this climb to help Karaman. I'm going to pull you back right now to help Morgado. Five left at the front, which include Gregoire's still here. He's third in that K1. We definitely got to watch out for him. 2 teammates, and they're not a big threat. I mean, they are a threat, but not a big one. There we go. Karaman's back. And helping Morgado. 26 there. 5 here. We're going to get those points. We're definitely not thinking about the stage after that. We're going to get the points, maximum points that we can. Terraskin very much at the end of his rope, though. So I don't think he's going to get first over the top, most likely. But if we can get second or third, down to 4. 700 meters. Checking in, though. Morgado is hanging in there. And nobody's attacked, right? No, that's all still the breakaway. 400 meters. Effort up in a moment. 300 meters. Now pushing. And we go over the top first! Oh, yeah. Okay. Yes, back down to a 4-point lead. Right back down to 4. Okay, we've got Karaman protecting Morgado now, so he's got support. Azumi is less than a minute behind, but he's on his own. We need water, and I kind of think that Azumi is going to be our guy to do that. He's just 38 seconds behind. 31 seconds behind. 28 seconds behind. Oh, he nearly makes contact. Oh, he makes contact for a split second. And now he's in. He's in. And getting water. Good. Did exactly what I was hoping he would do. We are still in this group. There's 5 now. Up the effort to hold the position. We're not putting in any effort, so it's okay. Okay, we have the water. Azumi needs to take over. Actually, I should have left him on recovery there for a bit longer, but he'll recover soon enough. Alright, so far so good on this stage. Couple close calls with Morgado and Terraskin. Azumi nearly fully recovered as we come towards the base. And he is fully recovered now.
There's an attack in the group at the front. There's reports of a group of riders taking a tumble, but apparently they all managed to set off again.
Alright, 3 riders have attacked. So Terraskin's dropping back to the next group. I'm not contributing. Nope. No chance of it. He is here now. He's got his points for today. He's here now to support his leader. All right. How are we looking? 23K to go. Terraskin at the base of the climb, and he is just going to sit on. And wow, here they are. That was 2 minutes. They were 2 minutes behind a moment ago. 20K to go, folks. 20K. The front three are at a minute 50. Pibcock has withdrawn. Morgado's already feeling it. Backing off a little bit just to conserve some energy, because he's not doing well. I mean, we got 17K to go, and look how tired he is already. We're down to 36. He needs to be able to make it. We're backing off more. This is too much energy consumption with way too far to go in this climb. Now there's 2 harder sections, and that's the first one done. Things are going to ease off for a little while here, but look how tired he is. Azumi, done. Attack. Moss. Johannesson is a threat to our position. Really, so is Moss, as he's got the 81 mountain. Also attacking. Garcia. Those are all threats to our position, ones we would need to respond to. And what response am I supposed to offer? 13K out, this little energy left, and Bernal attacking. That's all the leaders going. Pogacar's the one who's got to respond. Jumbo Visma. One leader still here. One leader to give support here. Azumi is gone. He's out the back. We need to switch this up to... Well, Karaman's about to get dropped too, so it's Terraskin. It's all you, bud. And that's why we refused to work. And they've nearly brought it back. It's back together. 32 riders here, though. Now Pogacar attacks. Now it's going to be their turn to respond. Can they? Terraskin's done. Morgado. It's 10K, folks. It's 10K to go. And he's got barely anything left in the tank. So there's 3 guys off the front. But we are just desperately hanging on. And not hanging on very well. We need to gel now. We're getting into that harder final sector. That is Garcia. That is Bernal. That is Pogacar. That is Morgado with nothing left. He's out of energy. And he is dropped. Makes it back up to a few of these riders. 4K to go. Into contact with O'Connor, Lopez. These are guys that are similar or better, especially when you add the that +4. So even just keeping up with them, we're close to those 7. It would be really nice if we could make contact with them, but clearly we have nothing in the tank to do so. We're just hanging on here with O'Connor. 1K to go. At least nobody finished yet. Pogacar and Bernal do, and we're 2 minutes down on them plus. That Morgado 13th, that's his position. That's his position, and that's why all along I knew the podium was going to be quite the challenge, quite the difficulty. I don't think we do anything wrong under those circumstances. We protected him as long as we possibly could. We made no rash decisions. We saw attacks that we would very much want to respond to, but we were patient. We allowed the only other rider around who had reason to chase it, and he did, and he pulled back, but we just held on until Morgado had absolutely nothing left. And that's because, despite an 82, everybody else, with all their bonuses, have even higher, even better. And it was just a matter of time. And it eventually, exactly that happened. We held on for every last ounce he could give us. It's probably going to drop him down the order a bit. Hopefully he's still in the top 5, but maybe not. I know we're still in the top 10. That's for sure. 320 behind for Morgado. I thought we were within 2 minutes there, but that time, that added up real fast. But the two leaders, Pogacar and Bernal, they're a minute and a half clear of everybody else. But Garcia, he's definitely moving ahead of us. That was a minute and a half difference. A lot of these guys, it's not far. It's not too far to them. Down to fifth. Hey, that's not bad. This is getting more into the territory where I expected Morgado to be in this race. Pogacar, Bernal running away with things. Garcia's nearly 4 minutes down. Johannesson is 5 minutes down. We are just 8 seconds behind Johannesson, so we still have a real shot with him. We're 2 minutes ahead of Moss, McNulty. We're 4 plus ahead of Almeida. 6 ahead of Vingegaard. I mean, Vingegaard is a very strong rider. We're talking about an 81 with higher stamina than what we have on paper, and then more on top of that. So to be beating him handily is a sign of how good of a race we've been having. But expecting more is completely unrealistic. This was the right outcome based on the quality of rider that we have. There's only so much we can do, and a mega climb is a mega climb. And he came close, but not close enough. And we protected every last ounce of energy we could with him, held on for as long as we could with him. But in the end, he just didn't have enough bonuses to match what they had. That's going to do it for this episode, though. At least in the KOM, we are back into a very strong position. We started the day 4 points down. We finished 4 points down after the 2 stages. And after the sad state of affairs on the first one, the second was head-to-head. To win that head-to-head for Taraskin was big. That was big, and that's got him still in a decent position, still with a chance, still with a couple mountain stages left to go. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.